Hey folks, I don't know about you, but I myself am stuck indoors. It's Dave from the California Country Radio Show and podcast and now Skype show. And you are safe at home listening to this. I really hope you are doing well. I'm actually going to be contacting quite a few independent artists from their home. Like today, I've got Arielle Silver. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing, Dave?
I'm okay. You know, we just, when we were connecting here, we were talking about what we did in this time that we're together, meaning, you know, the time that we have to spend, you know, just working on our websites and getting our stuff together. What have you been doing with these days that we've been spent home?
I've been cleaning the windows.
Ah, cool.
Cleaning the windows, and I mean that, you know, very figuratively, and also, you know, the actual windows, but also just noticing where the grime is in my own systems at home, in my music, and you know, my website, exactly that sort of stuff. So, yeah. You know, trying to clean some things up that I didn't have time for before, and noodling on the guitar a lot, working on a lot of stuff. Now,
you were going to release, and now you still are, but you're going to release an album and a single. What's that like, you know, releasing in this time? Did you have a tour plan? Did you have shows around it? Is your plans changing from what they originally were?
Yeah, they are changing. I did intend to tour the West Coast and head back to New England, where I'm kind of from, and play a bunch of shows out there over the summer. And it's an interesting time trying to re-envision that, you know, how can I get the songs out into the world? How can I be, you know, I really think of myself as like a shepherd for the songs at this point. They're already written, they're already made, they're already recorded. And it's like, okay, well, how can I be the best advocate for them while being at home? So...
Now, explain to me this, because I know that when I read your story, most people move to Hollywood to make it, and you ended up, for a while, leaving the business and moving here to California. So can you explain a little bit of your story there?
Yeah, music and being a performing and recording singer-songwriter was everything to me for years, in my whole life, basically. Until about 13 years ago, I was on the road with my band in support of my last album, and we weren't based anywhere. We lived out of our van that was running on vegetable oil, and we were in a different place every night. And it was in some ways a great adventure, and in some ways exactly what I had been wanting to do for a long time. And it was tough. It's tough being out there on the road.
Yeah.
Very ungrounded. I love to cook and prepare my own meals, and of course that's not possible. And you know, all the stuff that touring musicians know about. And I didn't even realize how, you know, the things that were sort of chipping away at my psyche, I guess. But at some point in time, it just was untenable. I couldn't do it anymore, and it was sort of like the baby in the bathwater. Everything just went out for me. The light for me with music was completely gone. And at that point, I moved to California, where it's sunny. And I guess I think I needed some of that actual light. So, yeah, I moved here and worked behind the scenes in the music industry for the last 12 years. And about 2 years ago, it just ignited again for me.
It just clicked. You just decided it's time to get that. So you were still writing. I mean, obviously the exercise of writing and being creative was still there. So now it's just, it was time to get it all out there, huh?
Yeah, I had a couple of world music bands. I was playing and singing in some of those and playing some music festivals in California in that genre. And I was writing some of my own songs as well. When I really needed to, I would write a song. But it wasn't, it was far from what I had done previously. It wasn't a discipline. It wasn't a thing I was trying to do anymore until about 2 years ago. And I can't explain it, but I literally woke up from a dream one morning and urgently needed to play music, create my own music, sing, dust off my voice and my guitar and my songwriting, you know, and figure out what am I trying to do here. there was a certain amount of magic to it. I can't quite explain what happened, but I just woke up. Like, who was that? Rip Van Winkle.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And you had the beard and yeah.
I woke up after, 100 years slumber, and, I was like, to be a performing musician now, everything's digital. There's like a whole online world that I had not participated in necessarily.
Yeah, no. I mean, even this, people are starting to do music online together, and there's a lot of Zooms and the streaming and stuff. Are you involved in any of that? I mean, there's a whole lot to learn if you'd been out of the business for a while.
Yeah, and the last 2 years have been a lot of learning. I've actually been doing Facebook Live, mini shows here and there, and popping on and connecting with people through that over the past year. I launched a Kickstarter campaign about a year ago, and during that time I started doing Facebook Lives, and I'm actually doing a Facebook Live tomorrow night as well. So yeah, it's a new world, but it's kind of fun actually. I'm liking it.
That's cool. And so tell me how you're getting this record out here. I know that it's called Headlights, and that's the first single that you're going to be releasing. Is that correct?
Well, the single Headlights is the second single.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, and the album itself is called 1,000 Tiny Torches, and that will be out in the summer. Very possibly the album release show will be online.
Who knows? I've got a clear calendar as far as things go.
Yeah, we're now like 4 weeks into the shelter in place, and I just wiped the gigs off of my schedule, and now they're starting to fill in again. Like I said, I'm playing on Facebook Live tomorrow and booking some other things online. But yeah, very much every musician is in the same boat. We're all reinventing the house that we're already living in, or rebuilding the house that we're already living in. So
or commandeering your old studio back from your kid to put your show together from. Yeah. And so as we adjust to life in this new world, what further plans do you see? I mean, are we gonna be okay?
Are we gonna be okay as a species, as musicians?
I think as a species we'll figure it out. But music is definitely taking a turn. I always want to let people understand. I mean, music is, I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it, but I personally feel like songwriting's going to improve because we're spending more time at it. And the way that we do things, we're so used to the immediacy of it. And I think we're going to be able to slow down, reset, be patient. I have great hope for the world of music, just not for the immediate future.
Yeah, I think it's really important for all of us to remember that there's a difference between music and the music business. And so if the music business has to re-envision its structure, and it's had to do that a lot over the last 20 years, many times, and very significantly in the last 10 years. And very significantly right now. But in terms of music and song, that's the part that's really interesting to me, and that's the part that's timeless. And I think that you're right. A lot of people are, the shelter in place idea. It's like, well, what are we doing, while we're sitting here in the chairs? Like, I have a Zoom call every morning with a group of other songwriters, and usually somebody's talking and the rest of us are muted, and I'm always there, working on my guitar chops, and that wasn't happening before, because in-person meetings, it's kind of weird to bring your guitar and noodle around while people are talking.
And you're right too. I mean, that we're constantly, as songwriters or people that are producing material, canceling on each other now with like a Zoom call. It's just like, yeah, you're right. I don't have anywhere else to be. There's nothing. Yeah. So you got me. I'm here. Yeah, no problem.
I'm here for the next week too. Totally. But also I think that the challenge right now is in part because this happened so fast and so drastically. I think that there can be a feeling of desperation, like, oh my gosh, I have to create something new right now. All these gigs were canceled. I need to create new gigs, and I need to grasp onto every little thing that I can because I'm drowning.
Yeah.
I think there is some of that feeling. It's hard to process what's happening right now and create, it's hard to feel whatever feelings are coming up about it. And
yeah, we don't have any perspective as anything. We're dealing with all immediacy, all bad news all day long. So we haven't even processed it. You're right.
Right. So how can, I think as songwriters, some people can process things really fast. Like, oh, we have, 15,000 people dead from this virus as of yesterday. Let me write a song about that tragedy. And for me, I'm still every day just like journaling, processing.
What's the lesson? We'll find it eventually. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's great.
Yeah.
Where can we find you online so we can follow your journey and, of course, be there to hear this single release and the album release?
Yeah, well, I'm on everything. My website is ariellesilvermusic.com, but I have a link tree /Arielle Silver with all of my links to everything. And the last single, What Really Matters, is up on all the music platforms, and Headlights will be on all the music platforms as well. I'm super excited. That song is it's an uplifting song about not being able to see everything, just being able to see as far as your headlights go, and just following the light that the headlights shine, and not lose faith that we can make our way through the darkness just by following the headlights. And I feel really great about this song coming out right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really appreciating introspective, sad, poignant songs, but also songs that just lift me up and give me faith and trust. And Headlights is definitely a song like that. There's a really happy mandolin part and piano, and it's got a lot of great energy. Which
cool. Yeah, it feels like we need that right now. So, and of course, folks, I'll have some links at the bottom here, so go check that out, and we'll update it as it gets near. Arielle Silver, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Be safe. Be safe in there.
You too.